I had since resolved never to take pills, not even aspirin. "Do me a favor. Tell your father to shave before he goes. He looks like a bum." Her round face was as pale as her worn pillowcase. I handed her a naproxen and a small glass of water. "Be a daughter to me, please." She pointed to the chair by her bedside table. The humidifier blew steam on the wallpaper, which bubbled and buckled in the damp corner. The room stank of camphor, menthol, and bad breath. I wanted a cigarette. How had Dad slipped out of the room so quick? "I have to finish washing the car," I said. "Your father said he would finish." "No, really, I edged toward the door. "Frank!" Mom bellowed. "Tell Miranda you'll finish the car." I heard the back door slam. "He said he would finish," she insisted. I sat down. Her bedside table smelled charred and musty. She had bought it years ago at a fire sale. Cluttered on its surface were a bell, a box of tissues, an ashtray, a thermometer, Vaseline, and a battery-powered blood pressure machine. The place of honor was held by a framed picture of Mom's mother, sitting on the porch, squinting and mean. Dad had taken it. Every night before she went to sleep, Mom kissed the picture, or so she claimed. "You're all packed," she said. "You got your clothes." How long was she going to keep me here? "Yes, I've got my clothes." We had gone over them last week, and all the dresses Mom had sewn for herself years ago were mine now, for college. All the little replicas of those dresses, also sewn by her, but worn by me until I was 12 or so, were packed in cardboard boxes and piled in the basement. In my bag was the floral patterned skirt with a ruffle at the bottom and buttons running all the way up. I managed to button it only by holding my breath. It had a blouse with bell sleeves that matched. There was a green dress with a princess collar that choked and a too-tight skirt with a houndstooth check pattern. Mom and I just weren't shaped the same. I was taller, rounder, bigger. Mom called me chunky. She had said, "We can let out the waist in that one." But she hadn't sewn in ages, and I didn't want to be the reason for her starting again. I wasn't going to wear her dresses anyway. I had jeans, T-shirts, normal things. "It's okay, Mom. I like it this way." I had minced after her in a skirt so tight that I couldn't take a normal step. "I'm sure that sewing machine is somewhere around here." She had opened closets, peeked along shelves, pulled open dresser drawers, wandered out to the kitchen, a wake of hanging doors behind her. But she didn't think of the basement, and I was careful not to suggest it. "Yes," I repeated, "I've got my clothes." I folded my hands in my lap. My fingertips were raw, chapped, my nails bitten to the quick. Big hands, ugly hands. "I remember you as a little girl, picking daisies out in the backyard in your sunsuit. You made a daisy chain for me. You were such a precious thing. Now you're going to college." Mom inhaled sharply, exhaling a sob. "Don't cry, Mom, please." Her sobs always forced me open. I fought it. No, I didn't remember any daisy chains. No, I wasn't going to cry. But the tears welled up and I bent my head to wipe them away, imagining a child in a sundress picking daisies for a healthy, vibrant mother who laughed a musical laugh. It was only a fantasy. I was surprised she had declined Dad's offer to drive her to the hospital, her second home. She seemed happier in a hospital bed, attached to intravenous devices, her face flushed and cheerful against a clean white pillow. "I got 'em stumped," she would say. She had actually been written up in a textbook called Autoimmune Disease, Symptoms and Pathology. Her case appeared in a section on the difficulty of diagnosis and the flare-up remission pattern of symptoms. Her name wasn't mentioned. She was the 37-year-old female patient of Bernard Wyckoff, M.D. It was back in 1975, 10 years ago, and she still kept the book under her bed. "You can bring me my jewelry box," she said. I got up, sniffing down my tears, and walked around the bed to the dresser. There were weeping willows trailing sun-dappled leaves by a brook on the ceramic lid of Mom's jewelry box. She thought she was giving me a treat by going through her jewelry, but I was too old. I felt another sob coming. "I don't have time for this, Mom." "Just open it. Pull out the top bit." "Oh, this pain is like trolls throwing stones in my head. I should be used to it, God knows. The only migraine-free period in my life was when I was pregnant with you." She was stroking her stomach, rustling the house dress she wore beneath her robe. I pulled out the top.